What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best loadout to use to quickly farm 1280 Lost Sectors on a Hunter. Sadly, this video is coming out just after the Veles Labyrinth Lost Sector has gone out of rotation, but no need to fear, it'll be back. So first off, I'm running Top Tree Tether with Marksman Dodge, Vortex Grenade, and Triple Jump. I'm running the Heritage Shotgun with a Major Spec. In other runs, I was using a Trench Barrel Perfect Paradox, which also worked pretty well. I'm using Ikelos SMG with Disruption Break and a Major Spec. Any Ikelos SMG would work though, but you want something that can make Warmind cells. Disruption is just nice for the barrier champions. And lastly, I have Xenophage. On my cloak, I have a mobility mod, Spoils of War, so that I never run out of Xenophage ammo, and Charge Harvester to become charged with light just from getting kills. On my boots, I have Machine Gun and Shotgun Scavenger, as well as Wrath of Rasputin. For my exotic, I have 6 Coyote with arc damage resistance and concussive dampener. The double dodge comes in very handy in this, as you will see. I also have high energy fire to deal more damage when I am charged with light. On my gloves, I have unstoppable shotgun, anti-barrier SMG, and global reach. And lastly, on my helmet, I have double ashes to assets and taking charge, which allows me to become charged with light from picking up an orb of power. So that is the build. Now I will show you some gameplay of one of my runs and talk about the build and why it all works so well together. So off the start, you just want to get down to the bottom as quickly as possible. I always dodge past the first set of thralls. You can use Xenophage to clear out the adds at the bottom. That's why I'm running Spoils of War, so I never have to worry about heavy ammo. Ideally, you will make a Warmind cell from Wrath of Rasputin proccing from Xenophage. You want to blow that up and it'll clear the area out super easily. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes that knight comes into the cave too early, or you can't get to the Warmind cell because of the ogre and the knight up top. But after a few runs, you'll kind of get the hang of it. Try and use a finisher on the first knight if you can to get machine gun ammo, but it's not a necessity. The second knight is super easy to finish, although sometimes the heavy ammo from him flies off the map. But once that first knight is down and the majority of the adds are cleared, you want to take out the ogre. Sadly, your Warmind cell doesn't always take out all the acolytes, so you may have to deal with them shooting you as you take on the ogre. As well, that knight sometimes moves, or sometimes he will be beaming down on you as well. So when that first ogre is dead, you can head up and kill the second knight. As I mentioned before, those acolytes usually survive the Warmind cell blast, so I just take them out with Xenophage and then continue shooting the knight. Again, use a finisher if you can, so that you are always keeping your Xenophage running full. After you take out the knight, you want to use a grenade on the thralls coming behind you. This is why I'm running double ashes to assets, because we are trying to farm this as quickly as possible. If you run ashes to assets, you are usually getting your super just as you get to the boss. Charge Harvester gives us charge with light from those grenade kills, so we can do more damage to the second ogre. You want to always finish this ogre as well, so that you keep charge with light, because charge with light only goes away on a weapon kill. This allows you to do more damage to the wizard. You want to kill this wizard with Xenophage to proc a Warmind cell from Wrath of Rasputin. This will clear the enemies out of the area immediately, and then you just have to focus on the 2 unstoppable ogres that spawn. This is probably the toughest part of the Lost Sector. A lot of the time, these ogres hold hands. In a previous farm video I made, I would run back and try and separate them. That's still a viable strategy, but I was trying to farm this as fast as possible. So that's why I switched to Heritage from Perfect Paradox. Heritage allows you to stun them from a little further away and still does tons of damage. With a little practice, you'll find a strat that is good for you for dealing with these ogres. And then just from there, you want to jump up by the chest and take the boss out with Xenophage. Ideally, you'll have a tether ready to make this a little easier, but it's definitely not needed. My quickest run on this was actually 2.5 minutes, so I didn't have my super for the boss. But most runs, the timing is perfect. I'm running 50 intellect. You can always spec into intellect a little more too if you're really ripping through this. I just like the 100 mobility instead, so I pretty much always have a dodge, be it to reload or to go invisible to save my life. This next run is a run where I'm running the Perfect Paradox in case you don't raid much and don't have a heritage. It shows a strategy of separating the ogres if you are interested. This is by far the easiest Lost Sector to farm consistently. In my opinion, that's because there is no overload champions. This is the only one of the 5 that doesn't have overload champions, and they can just be a real hassle to deal with. This Lost Sector I find is fairly predictable. I've farmed all the Lost Sectors at 1250 and 1280. And in my opinion, it's just best to wait until this one is up on rotation to farm exotics. So today I was farming for helmets for my hunter, but if you needed a chest piece for a titan or arms for a warlock, for instance, I would just honestly wait until it's this lost sector. I think it's the most efficient one. Tomorrow I should have a video out on farming this on 1250 on each character. But if you're wanting to farm this for easy Essence of Dawning, I would just use a hunter with this build that I showed you. On average, you can farm this lost sector in under 3 minutes fairly easily. And if you don't have God Roll weapons, you can still farm it quickly in 4 to 5 minutes as long as you have like Xenophage and Wrath of Rasputin. A couple things I didn't touch on in the build breakdown was the use of an Aikilos SMG with Disruption Break. If you didn't know, breaking a barrier shield with Disruption Break will allow your kinetic to deal 50% more damage. Therefore, your kinetic shotgun will easily take out the barrier champion once you break its shield. Additionally, Major Spec on your primary and energy weapon will deal more damage to champions, hence why I'm running Major Spec on both weapons. For a full breakdown of the damage numbers, I've made a video detailing all of that, so be sure to check it out. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I had a ton of fun optimizing this perfect loadout today to try and get a God Roll Mask of Bacchus for my hunter. Sadly, I didn't get the roll I was looking for, but I had a ton of fun trying, and I farmed over 1,000 Essence of Dawning in the process, so it wasn't all bad. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, a like and subscription would be very appreciated. I'm super passionate about crafting builds in Destiny and hope to make many more build videos in the future. I hope you have an awesome day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.